Hi, I'm Rosie with Brent TV. Today we're at Metroland Studios in Caoimhe. Their mission is to support culture, creativity and youth development in Brent now and the future. So let's go have a chat with them. Okay, do you want to tell us about what you do and what your role is here?
Okay, so I'm Lauren. I'm the head of program here at Metroland. And Metroland Cultures was established last year as part of the delivery of the London Borough of Culture program in Brent. So Brent 2020 was a program funded by the mayor and the council and others to basically big up all the great cultural activity that's happening in Brent and provide more resources and opportunities for artists and the community to get involved in art and culture. So Metroland Culture is sort of continuing that legacy. So we're here to develop infrastructure, opportunities, and programming. So we're commissioning artists, organizing exhibitions, and Metroland Studio is our temporary home. So we are here hosting artists for free. They have studios here in the building, and my job as the head of program is to look after kind of all of the artistic activity that we do and develop partnerships to support it within the borough and beyond.
Amazing. How does Metroland put Brent at the forefront of what you do?
Oh gosh, well, what we're really keen on is making sure that we embed as much as we can in the borough. So there's a huge amount of fantastic things that happen here, both culturally and also for communities to take care of each other. So what we want to do is kind of work within that network. There's a huge amount. So the Borough of Culture was, the strapline was, it was the Borough of Cultures because there's so many different cultures. And a lot of it has been happening kind of very much in people's own community and with their own resources. So we're here to make that more visible, provide more opportunities for different people to get involved who might not have access, and also that people can get paid to make art, to be, you know, people like you guys making films, anything connected to arts and creativity.
Can you tell us a bit about Rasheed Araeen and what his current exhibition is like?
Sure. So this is our first exhibition as Metroland Cultures. So we're now independent of Brent Council. And what we wanted to do with this exhibition and with the rest of our program this autumn is really make visible what we at Metroland want to be doing and what's going on in the building. So the program is called Making Myself Visible as a whole. And that's a quote from Rasheed Araeen. So a lot of what he's concerned about is the visibility or invisibility of artists, particularly artists of color. So he's a Pakistani artist who's been based in London since the 70s, based up in Cricklewood here in Brent. And this exhibition, which is called Preliminary Notes, it centers on a text which is all around us, which is called Preliminary Notes for a Black Manifesto. And this text was written in the mid-70s, effectively arguing that the institutions of art in the West, so North America and Europe, don't look after artists of color very well. So this is still a super pertinent topic, and here at Metroland we're really committed to platforms for artists of all different backgrounds, and Rasheed's argument is super relevant. So the exhibition consists of this text, which is here on the walls, and also we have a poster that people can take away and read at home. And then there are a number of different sculptural works. So just here in the space, there's a piece that was made very recently using the sort of preliminary form that's in his work, these cubes. And then there's two other works outside. One is called Zero to Infinity. And that's a series of works that he's been making since the 60s, which is created out of blocks similar to the ones in this space, and they can be rearranged. So we had them outside a few weeks ago, and lots of kids and older people came and had a play. So I encourage you guys to do the same. And then we've also got another piece which is called The Reading Room, which Rasheed very generously donated to Metroland. And it consists of tables and stools and copies of a journal called Third Text. And that's a journal that Rasheed started in the 80s with some colleagues, which is a place for dialogue and really good writing about art in an international context with a sort of political and critical edge.
So what is Metroland Cultures?
So we're a charity that was established to carry on the legacy of the Borough of Culture, and there's a few different things that we're doing to make that happen. So the next really big thing that's happening is the Brent Biennial, So as part of the Borough Culture program last year, there was a visual arts biennial. So every 2 years, that sort of festival of visual arts. So there'll be artworks all around the borough made by artists from Brent and other parts of London and the world. And a lot of them made very much in dialogue with community organisations and people in Brent. And then the following year, we'll be doing a music festival. So we'll do a biannual music festival picking up from the No Base Like Home program that happened. So Harlesden is like the capital of reggae in Europe. You know, there's Asian hip hop, Asian classical music, Irish rock, all sorts. Like Brent is such a music hub. So kind of picking up that history and celebrating that. We're doing a program for young people called Metroland University, which is an opportunity for 20 young people in the borough to get involved in masterclasses, mentorship, placements, and all sorts of paid opportunities to develop skills in the arts and creative industries. And then creating infrastructure like this, the studios, and we'll kind of see how that develops over time. But those are the main things that we're going to be doing, and we'll kind of see how that develops.
Amazing. What else do you have coming up?
The other thing that we're doing is each month we're having a series of online conversations, which is called Conversations on Visibility. And these are basically looking at questions around how do we make the work of communities and artists more visible. So we had one that talked about strategies for gathering. So how do we gather in this weird environment? The next one that's coming up is about moving. So how does like the movement of our bodies, either through dancing or sports or whatever, how does that help us build community? And then there'll be one about speaking. How do we sort of speak across different cultures? And then the last one is about doing. What do we do to get stuff done in this weird world? So those are free and online. Everything that we're doing is free. So I hope people will get involved.
Great, thank you. Those are all the questions.
Okay,
You're really
cool.
good. Thanks.